Hi there, and thank you for clicking on my video. Just making this video to prove a point. Somebody in the comment section was claiming that alternox wasn't worth the slot and that it couldn't be billed for steel path. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do it with gas electric and hunter munitions, and we won't be stripping, just to sort of prove the point. So this is the worst matchup possible for the alternox, but it's, scaled build. Crit chance, crit damage, hunter munitions. We got gas on here, thermite and malignant force to make gas, and the weighting is balanced so we get more electricity, Bane Grenier, rifle ammo mutation, primary merciless, aptitude, and chamber for base damage and multi-shot. And fire rate has been sent off onto the frame with the arcane acceleration arcane. If you don't have arcane acceleration, your slot is for fire rate is over Bane Grenier. We'll not be using a Riven today. So pretty basic. Let's just get right into Steel Path. We're on private. Gonna be doing some Grenier. One of the main benefits that you can use to get additional damage is this weapon has infinite body punch through. It's becoming a more common feature on weapons, or weapons are starting to show up more often with reasonable amounts of punch through on it, so you're not so dependent on slotting a punch through mod to get it at all. Just try to shoot into groups of enemies. I mean, what else are you going to shoot into? The damage isn't too much. As you can see, we're basically doing a triple dot build. So the faction mod is helping out a ton on our damage. The damage does increase based on enemy density. Using the tunnels and staying away from open areas to keep the enemies lined up helps out the weapon's total kill rate out a ton. Obviously, we're getting some work from the hunter munitions proc. And we'll just go to the Acolyte. As enemy groups, gas and electric gets to scale more and more with the how near enemies are to each other. Alright, Acolyte should be any second. There you go, easy enough. We're out of here. And actually, we'll just end it here. So the alternox can do steel path. One of the main issues with it that you're probably used to dealing with is that the weapon doesn't have any IPS on it. It's on the alt fire. And we can take a look at it here. So if you're used to seeing damage numbers that have like a higher base value, consider using the alt fire a little bit more. Let's take a look at the weapon. Quick breakdown. Okay, so the full auto. The dispo's climbing. It keeps getting adjusted. I got a okay Riven with not exactly a harmless negative, but definitely a manageable one. It's projectile speed. Slowly making the projectile stop if it gets buffed anymore. But it's usable for now. Dispos, I think it's 3 dot. I don't know what the actual number is. Maybe it's like a 0.9 or a 1.0 or something like that. Crit chance, of course, is kind of low. Crit multipliers on the slightly higher side. Status is always pretty good. So dot builds work really well on this. You're going to see a lot of people running corrosive builds. And actually, let's see what the actual... Yeah, status chance 30%, crit chance 14%. Crit multiplier is a solid 2.2. It's on the slightly higher side. And it's a pure electric weapon. Obviously, there's going to be the Corpus, which this will do way better against. You could also do gas electric against the infested. Pretty easily, just mod for gas, right? And because of the body punch through, this weapon definitely gets a nice damage bump from shooting into crowds. Because you'll be able to puncture all of the enemies in a line. Obviously, it's going to have trouble with like doorways and like walls. So a little bit of punch through does go a long way on this weapon. Fire rate is on the slower side. Highly recommend. Arcane acceleration. You could even do what is it? Vial acceleration wouldn't be a complete waste on this weapon. The magazine is a little low though, but this is more about stacking dots in a line. So gas electric can take advantage of how this weapon deals damage. But the IPS, if you're used to dealing with that, is actually on the alt fire. So if you wanted to feel and do the damage like a normal weapon, you would need to alt fire onto the enemy. That, like say an Eximus or something like that, you would alt fire onto him, and you would deal significantly more damage, especially because of the additional scaling it gets from the galvanized mods. Galvanized aptitude with a stacked merciless and IPS does really, really well. So just try to get some elements on it. If you're running around shooting it with just like a corrosive hunter munitions build or a viral electric hunter munitions build, it's gonna feel a little weak. But even running gas electric with a hunter munitions build, the three statuses that regularly proc, plus the fact that it's a triple dot setup with a faction mod, it's fine for Steel Path. Especially if you have the acceleration arcane, it's going to do a little worse with the Grenier without the faction mod. But the weapon's pretty flexible, and with the multiplicative scaling, and if you're trying to do like higher level content, armor strip goes a really long way on this weapon. Like just do like a viral hunter munitions setup, or even on a strip build you can do gas electric. And let me show you that so you can see where the damage is. We're just going to go to the simulacrum. I'm not going to do more Steel Path.
The multitude of creatures you have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
Actually, let's do Caliban for easy strip. Just to test with. Alright, 190 exos, gas electric. Alright, they're stripped. The dogs spit. No stacks as I gain stacks. Yep. Shoot into enemies, build up your clouds. And the AoEs will do the damage for you. So 32k on a gas shot. Not getting any real elemental bonuses out of that. But yeah, pretty straightforward. If you want to do more damage in that setup and you're constantly stripping, which you should be nowadays, since like Steinex's Theros Strike is so quick and easy to cast and it's good for shield gating. There's really no reason why you can't use this in modern day Warframe. But there you go. It does Steel Path even with a gas electric build. Panzer spores are putting in a ton of work, let's be honest. The plus 325% damage. It's just great scaling on the triple dot build. When I was doing the quick run right there, gas was hitting for like 1500, electricity was hitting for like 800, I think, because it's kind of hard to tell with all the dots. It could have been an AoE from a gas. But the slash was hitting for like 20k, which for base steel path is perfectly acceptable. But anyway, there you go. Alternox does steel path with a garbage build. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day.